Hello, Yanis. Good evening. Can you hear? Hello, friends. Good morning. Eniola. Good evening, Yanis. Can you hear? Do you hear the sound coming? Good morning, Pixidis. We're very happy that you're here. Good to hear you. Good to see you. Thank you. Today is a warm day here. There's a heat wave at the moment and dust from Egypt. And this is summer. Yes. So this is the current temperature, 33 degrees almost every day. Hello, good morning, Eniola. How is the weather at your place, Eniola, Pixidis, Yanis? Good morning, Cindy. Are there any questions or topic? You're hot and humid. Yes, Yanis, yes. Yes, it's actually cool here. Oh, Mazel Tov for the rain. I read today that in South Germany there is like a flood. Also, the river streams also to Austria and there's flood also there. It's a cold summer in Europe this year. It's early, so kind, yes. I saw hail like in Houston, Texas. I saw this morning a video of hail, like there was a storm. And I saw like hail, let's say balls in this video. Is there something on your mind that you would like to ask before we start? So I'll wait for you, Eniola, if you have something to say. We are approaching Shavuot, and Shavuot is also, let's say, a holiday of pilgrimage. There are 3 holidays which considered to be pilgrimage. Aliyah Laregel. In English, pilgrimage, but in Hebrew, arise or ascend to the cause. Yes, because regel is not just a leg, yes, but also a cause. So there are 3 times in the year in which people used to go and visit the temple. One of them is Passover, this is spring. Another one is Shavuot, this is 7 weeks after. And in Shavuot, people used to come to the temple and bring the first fruit. And there's another holiday which is Sukkot. So 3 times per year, people used to go and visit the temple. Those 3 times in a year, or the 3 names together is, one second, שלושת הרגלים, שלושת הרגלים. Those 3, שלושת הרגלים, because people used to go on foot usually, or if they had another vehicle, לרגל, Aliyah laregel, not just by foot or on foot, but to the cause. What is the cause, or what is the reason, I would say, to go for the inner? Yes, 3 times per year, Passover, Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkot. שלושת הרגלים, the 3 pilgrimage. Is this understood? Also the menorah itself, if we read now the description of the menorah's base used to have like 3 legs. Yes? Like a triangle, something which is stable. When someone used to come to the temple and bring the first fruit to the temple, there's a verse that he used to say, Arami Oved Avi, Arami Oved Avi. Arami is Aramic, Oved, try to destroy, yes, Avi. Who says this sentence? The sentence is also, good morning, Fernando. We are very happy to see you here. This verse is also written in the Haggadah of Passover. Yes. And this is in a way, before we bring the first fruit, we say this sentence. Arami Oved Avi. Arami, I can bring it from the Bible itself. Before giving the first fruit to the temple. This is from Deuteronomy 26:5. This is in the ceremony of bringing the first fruit. Deuteronomy 26:5. Va'anita, and you answer, ve'amarta, and you shall say, Lifnei Hashem Elohecha, in front of the being, your God, Arami Oved Avi. Just let's start with those 3 words. Arami Oved Avi. Arami is the Aramic. Oved Avi. Oved is try to destroy. Avi is my father, Jacob. This is how it starts. Meaning, though the Arami, meaning Laban, tried to cheat and destroy Jacob, because when Jacob was in his father's house, he cheated him so many times. He chased him, yes? So, though he did all of this to Jacob, in those 20 years that he was there, yes, Jacob managed to leave his father's house. So, here starts the verse, Arami Oved Avi, the Arami who used to destroy my father, Vayered Mitzrayma, and he descended to Egypt, meaning Jacob, Vayagar Sham Bimtei Me'at, and he dwelled there in Egypt in few people, Vayehi Sham Legoy Gadol Atzum Varav, and there he became to be a great people, many and strong. Yes, this is the verse that people used to say before they bring the first fruit to the temple. Now the question is, why this verse is written in the Bible? Why someone who goes already and manages to go to Jerusalem, to the temple, will say such a sentence before he brings the first fruit? Why there is a need to describe the process? What is the relation between the first fruit, Jacob, Laban, Egypt, and the temple? Why to say such a story? Why to tell before we bring something? It's supposed to be a happy day. Why to say that? Cindy, Jacob stole the birthright and got it out of order. So the first fruit is given to God. Yes, 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 yes. It allows many approaches, but I would think that it could be related about the sense of owning something. Yes, yes, Fernando. To articulate a psychologist, a psychological process, soul, mind, body. Yes, yes. Please pay attention that those three words, Arami, Oved, Avi, Arami, referring to Laban, Oved, the one who tried to destroy my father, so to speak, Jacob. All of those three words are starting with Aleph. Aleph, Aleph, Aleph. Yes. Deuteronomy, no, I think it is 26:5. 1 second, I'll bring it. One second. 26. Let's see. Here, I think this is King James Bible. I posted it here. Twenty-six 5. Down. 1 second. Yes. Yes, Fernando. Laban thought that he owned his daughters, the field. Yes, yes, it is mindset. Yes, yes, yes. This is in a way the being against Laban. Being, yes, or the nomenon is the temple. Yes, or I would say consciousness in rest. And Laban, yes, this is a contrapoint to the temple, the becoming. He believes that he is the father of not just the two daughters, Rachel and Leah, but also Bilhah and Zilpah, because Rachel and Leah were daughters from his lawful wife, and the other two were the daughters of the maid, but he was the father of the four. So he, yes, this is interesting. This is horizontal thinking. He is the father of the four wives. Therefore, he entitled of owning their children, the property, and everything. So basically, the moment in the temple, this is why the verse starts with Arami Oved Avi, the Arami who tried to destroy my father. And though all of this happened, we are here standing. This is the testimony basically in the temple. We are here bringing the first fruit, because the first fruit is being, yes, is not man-made. This is why it belongs to the infinite. Yes, not to Laban, that thinks that everything is his. Yes, so in a way, bringing back the fruit where it belongs. Yes, this is not man-made. Yes, the fruit is not a man-made. Let's say now there's olive tree and the olives are growing, and in, let's say here in the region, the olive gives its fruit usually between November, it's ready. Yes, so people are coming and shaking the tree, taking the fruit. Part of it goes to eating, part of it goes to make oil. But this is not man-made. We are not making this. In the summer, there's like apples and palms. All those fruit that we are picking from the trees, oranges, avocado, it doesn't matter. We are picking the fruit from the tree, but we are not the makers. Yes, we are not the makers of the tree. It is given to us, yes, to enjoy, since the body needs nourishment. Otherwise, the soul will not hang above us. Yes, if there is no nourishment, the soul will not stay. The soul will leave. Yes, so it has been given to us as a soul. Yes, so it's not us. In a way, our bodies are not us. The nourishment, yes, to nourish the body is not ours. We did not create the fruit. We did not make the water come or sweetening the water. This is how water behave. Yes, the air is there. Nothing is ours. Yes, everything is borrowed. And then bringing it back to the temple where it belongs or comes from. This is the source, because the source is the 5, yes, the 500 or the 5 or the full hand perspective. Nothing is ours in this life, nothing. Not the name, not the story, not the fact that we are inhaling, exhaling. Our thoughts are not ours, our dreams are not, so to speak, our dreams. You know, there used to be, yes, Martin Luther used to say, I have a dream, yeah? The dreams are not ours. The dreams are not ours. The story, yes, that we tell ourselves or we are being told is not ours. Nothing here. And this is a great relief, because we don't have to walk with a burden on the back, on the shoulders, on the head that we are carrying the world, the universe, the story. Yes, like Atlas, yes, carrying everything on the back. Nothing is ours. We are not doing anything here. Yes, life is happening through us. Yes, writing is happening through us, birth, all of those things are happening through us. We are not doing anything. Speech is going through us. Relationships through. Sometimes it is interesting. Sometimes like we could say positive friendship. Sometimes there are stormy moments and things are coming in the air. And sometimes we have regrets. It happens, but it's not in a way something that we do. It is something that moves through us. And if we don't have attachment, or we don't attach ourselves to something that was said or happened, yes, just let it flow, because this is not ours. There will not be any regret or sorrow, because all those thoughts of regret and sorrow comes or nourish from the thought that we are the doers. I said something, yes, or something came to be like this way and not the other way, yes, but we are not the doers. Something happens, yes, it's like a wind in the field of wheat, and when the wind blows, the wheat, it's very thin, so the wheat move in the direction of the wind. And if this like west wind, it moves in this direction, and then there's another wind. In a way, we are not the initiator of the movement. Not the thoughts, not the dreams, not the moods. We're just mirrors. But, yes, this is hidden from us. There's like a mask, yes, that tells us personality mask, that we are the names, we were born Yes, we have those occupations and we have personal doership. Yes? So there is no need to walk with heaviness, yes, because we don't create. At the moment there's war here, or there are floods in other places. We are not the creators of those wars, floods. It is happening through us. Yes, Cindy. What about, say, when a man, yes, yes, it is interesting according to the name and that. Yes, yes. There's a beautiful written text by Luzzatto about what happens to Jacob's daughter, and he does not relate to it like personalities. Yes, because the name is Dinah, and Dinah means judgment. Yes, judgment. And while there's a judgment, things are happening. So we tend to look at the biblical stories as we understand them as TV series or Netflix episodes, but it's not like this. Yes, he sees, for instance, that Leah has 6 sons. Yes, like the 6 days of the week. And she had one daughter, Dinah. And this is the Shabbat. Yes, so the whole seeing of it is different. It is not personal. Yes. Hello, Luke. We're very happy to see you here today. So there is no personal doership. And all the dreams, yes, the moments that we experience is not man-made. It is life moving through us. Someone has this idea, I have to be in this place in this time, and he doesn't know why, but he is, in a way, I would say, almost compelled to be in this space and this time, and he doesn't know. Weinreb also speaks about it in the book of Esther in the beginning. Jill recorded the book for us. He doesn't know, but suddenly he is in the moment, in this space, in this time, and he meets one that this meeting will change their lives. Yes, we think something happened last week. I call it Matrix. And at the moment, how shall I start saying this story? Let's try. Usually there is a GPS here, and if someone needs to travel by bus, there is a timeline. But since there is a war here, there is interference that, let's say, the army puts, or the defense puts, that the GPS cannot work. Why? Because the enemy cannot locate the places to shoot at people. So there is no GPS at the moment. So last week I had to go somewhere, and since there is no information, you have to wait in the station and you don't have a real time. It was so hot and the bus had not came that I said, okay, I'll go into the parallel station, yes, and go opposite direction because there are more buses coming in the opposite direction. And I took a bus and I said, I can do also this in the other direction. Why did you go this direction? I can do this opposite. So, and then I asked the driver if he arrives at this place. He said, yes. I left the bus at the probably right station and I walked. And suddenly I had this notion, well, if I'm here, I might call a person who lives here. And suddenly there was a meeting that no one initiates. Yes, no one. I did not think about it before it happened. It was good. I did not expect this to happen. I could not plan such a thing to happen. The other person could not plan such a thing. And it happened. I also responded to Cindy's question about the metrics, that the moment of the conception is basically the metrics of our life. The moment of conception is ibur. Ibur is when the elements are meeting, sperm and the egg, how they call it in Hebrew, the egg, oval, they call it in English ibur. This is the conception. Ibur otiyot ribua. It's the same letters as square. Yes, ibur, conception, otiyot ribua. When we take a pen and make like square, we have like two axes, yes, horizontal and vertical. Let's say, and then we have this square, or matriza, yes, or matrix. So the moment of the conception, ibur, in the moment it is hard for us to get or to accept, but this is what happens in the moment of conception, ibur. In the moment of the conception, there's already the potential of ribua toldot hazman, ribua toldot hazman, the generations of times. Everything happens at this moment. Ribua toldot hazman. Yes, the metrics of the generations of time. Everything in this moment. And we now, when we live, we are just living the unknown to us, which was already determined in the moment of conception. I felt last week, and it happened also to Andre, because Andre had to receive a package, and there are two streets in the place that we live. Both of them are called Pinchas. One Pinchas with a family name and another Pinchas in family name. And he gets a message that his package supposed to be delivered not in Pinchas that we live, but in the other Pinchas when I was meeting the other person. And then Andre says, please, we're not there. Send it to the Pinchas that we live. And everything came. And I told Andre, who could write such a script? And I felt, and I told Andre, I felt that it is working on me and squeeze me first to take the opposite direction of the bus, to ask the driver to drop at a certain station. It was like 2 stations before I should logically leave the bus, and I felt this field is working and concise me to call this number. And then Andra said, okay, I got a message that the package is in this other Pinchas where the meeting was. I felt this is working. Like I felt I was compelled to go to Germany. And I felt that I've been taking there. When, in a way, little daily moments are happening, we don't so much feel it. Yes, somebody goes, start a car, make, let's say here, how do you call it, Gerber? Like you operate the mixer, yes, or you cook something. Like casual things are happening. You go to the supermarket. Those are little things we don't feel it because it's like daily activities or daily happening. We don't give it much attention because so you travel the elevator, you say hello to the cat, yes. But something like this happened, and you cannot say that it was man-made. This is not man-made. Not the war, not the lack of GPS, because defense, how do you say, systems are working day and night to delete the GPS that people could not be harmed by missiles because they can target a special place. So in the daily activity, when those things are happening, just little casual things, it feels like normal. Okay, people go to work, they fuel the car, they go to play. Oh, it doesn't feel so off. It feels like okay. But it also works. In a way, we also are mirroring, all of us, the script or the metrics in the daily lives. But there is the working mind or the working brain never will admit it, that we are being led. Yes, Fernando?
Okay.
Hello, good
Hello,
morning.
Eti. Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Yes, I can. Yes, good morning. How do you do?
I'm fine, Eti. I'm happy to be here, and I felt like the need to speak because it happened one thing to me yesterday, and and this class I think that is like combining everything in this matrix, let's say. And so, if I may just share one
Yes.
personal thing that happened, uh, I on Saturday night I had a dream. Like it was a quite strange dream because I was at the school, the school of my kids, let's say, and I was invited to talk about Parashat Emor, Parashat Emor, right? So I woke up and thought, "Oh, well, I don't know what to say about why Parashat Emor, right?" And okay, so I looked at the dream and found that quite strange. And I have some Book of Zohar, the printed version. So I was like trying to find which volume Parashat Emor is, right? And I Googled it and I found that it is on the volume 8, the Pritzker edition. So I took my book, and it was interesting that it's been a while since I opened this book. I think that more than a year, and I went and I opened the book, and there was something to mark the page, a page mark, let's say, that I had, and the page mark was in the Parashat Emor. It was there. So I opened the page mark. It was already in the parashat that I was looking for, and the parashat was speaking about the Kohen Gadol, right? About the need of the purification. And I would be most glad to listen from you. What does it mean to be pure, right? And it speaks about that the Kohen Gadol have to not relate with dead bodies. When the spirit left the body, it's an impure thing. But the most thing that took my attention was just what you said, that uh, we do not own anything. The parashat speaks that the table is from Hashem. The table is like a temple. So all the food that is on the table, it's not yours. So this is why you need to give to the poor, because it is not yours. It is from Hashem. I found that quite beautiful, and I also could read about the Sukkot, and it has a many ideas on the Sukkot, but the idea that we are here just for a while, we just have this little sukkah that is our body, and we are here just for a while, and this is not the reality itself, let's say. So I'm just sharing this because I had this direct contact with synchronicity, just like what you had about Pinhas,
Yes.
and just sharing this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Fernando. The Parashat Emor, Parashat Pinchas. Yes, those parashot, because there's also a portion Pinchas. Those parashot are dealing with the holidays. Yes, the holidays are deeply mentioned in Zohar Emor and Zohar Pinchas. Yes, and a Kohen is not just a man. This is high agency in us. Kohen or a priest is high agency. And the Kohen, according to what is written in Parashat Emor, should not mourn, yes, or be dealt with dead bodies. It is also us not to be born, not to be mourn, yes, not to be sad, yes, because there's nothing about, because if we are being sad, we are not being present. So Kohen Gadol, this is agency in us. This is the mind. This is higher mind, not a brain, not a brain, calculated brain. This is higher mind that is settled and does not deal with dead matter, not just bodies when somebody else died, but with dead things that nothing, in a way, they don't bring any presence. They're not present. People might have memories for something that happened quite let's say a few years ago, and they are being upset because they remember something that happened, and they remember a picture, probably it's not the whole thing, and then they're being upset and being sad. Yes, and they're not being in the moment. Kohen Gadol in us, Chokhmah, or this great mind, does not supposed to lean back. Yes, if we're leaning back, we're not at the present, we're not present. This is a great thing, because the body, in a way, is just an illusion. Yes, the body is just an illusion. Yes, So when, let's say, someone is passing away, he's not passing, but just his soul continues to the next stage. The body remains, but the body is just an illusion. So why to mourn about this? This is only illusion. And the body exists because there was a meeting between egg and a sperm. Yes? So when there's a meeting between egg and sperm and everything goes well, so there's a, in the moment of conception, there's ibur, there's already the matrix. If nothing interferes in the pregnancy, a baby is born, and the whole of his life is already determined. But when the soul moves away, so the body remains, but it is not existing thing. This is only illusion. Yes? A temporal illusion that, in a way, works together, dance together with the soul. But when the soul needs to continue to present in another moment, there is no need in this body, and this body is left behind. But there's no need to be sad about it, because it's only an illusion. Therefore, in a way, there is no need to be sad or sorry about things that happened in the past, because also, in a way, they're just an illusion. Yes, Fernando? Yes, Fernando?
This is beautiful, and also I think that if I can, I was just thinking while you are speaking that about the impurity of things that do not have spirit. Also the importance to pass away our material things. Not to stay with things that are not with our spirit anymore. Material things that we accumulate. And I was thinking about the importance of the bread, because it has that commandment for the coins to bring like a fresh bread to the temple, right? The I cannot remember in Hebrew the name of the little breads. I can remember that Isaac Luria speaks about it.
Lechem hapanim,
But in
you
fact,
mean?
is yes,
Lechem hapanim.
yes. It is just to bring the fresh eaten,
Yes.
just to
Yes.
make it today, to make the thing today.
Yes, just a moment. What is happening? Lechem hapanim. In English, it is translated to showbread. Yes, or showbread in German. Lechem hapanim is, I would translate it literally to the face bread, yes, or to the inner bread. So we are being nourished from what is happening in the moment. We cannot be nourished like from food that was prepared 1 week ago, 1 year ago. We are being nourished, thank you, from what is happening in the moment. And sometimes it can be a happy moment. Sometimes you hear like rockets flying, and we are also, in a way, there is no, if we don't judge, yes, being in a party is good and hearing rockets is bad, those are moments. Yes, Fernando, can you post a picture? Yes, of Parashat Emor. Yes. Fernando, yes, you see the text. Yes, Parashat Emor, Emor al Kohanim. Yes. Ken, sounds like amore, love. Yes. The this weekly portion deals with a lot of love. Yes, how to purify, how to celebrate the holy days. Parashat. It's a beautiful, beautiful parasha. Because to tell, yes, emor, le'emor, is telling is loving. Yes, the communication is via love. Emor and amore, yes, to love. Yes. This is why also this is why in Bereshit, yes, the first chapter of Genesis, yes, and God said the world was created in 10 sayings. Yes, in Hebrew, Vayomer Elohim, and God said, Vayomer. The verb is Amar, to say. He said, but it sounds like Amore. So the world, yes, was created in 10 sayings of love. Yes, if we count how many times the verb to say is mentioned in Genesis 1, it's 10 times Vayomer Elohim, and God said. So because speaking is loving. Yes, Emor el Kohanim, say to the priest, say to the Kohanim, because the saying, yes, is an expression of love. And like Fernando was mentioning, that our body here is borrowed, is like a sukkah, is just temporal building. Yes, the body is a just temporal nest. Yes, that the soul comes and dwells there for a while, hovers above. It is temporal. Therefore, we should not take things so seriously, because we think that we are in charge, we are responsible for so many things. Yes, we are not responsible. Not to the weather, not to the nature catastrophes, not to war, not to who will be born when or what will happen. In a way, if we would understand, maybe every day drop by word, every day, not word by word, but yes, maybe word by word, if we can accept that we are not in charge here, in a way it's a great relief, and we can travel light, because no one here is in charge. Not us who participate in those conversations, not governments, nobody's in charge. Nobody knows. No one can calculate the water levels in the oceans. Yes, the ice, glaciers. Yes, nobody can. The movement of planets. How do you say? We are just, I don't know. We are here for moments. So let's don't take ourselves so seriously. Yes, because we did not do all of this. Therefore, in a way, we return to Shavuot and to Bikurim and to bring the first fruit, because this is not ours. This is not ours, Laban. Yes, this Laban can in a way represent the ego or the personal doer. Yes, he claims the daughters are mine, the children are mine. Yes, the sheep are mine, everything is mine. Yes, but this is not the truth. The truth is that we are here for a moment. We did not determine or decided upon the conditions that we shall appear here. Yes, and if we accept that we did not decide on all of this, it is much easier. Yes, like it is been said, yes, in Song of Songs, Iti milvanon kala. Yes, this is what the Holy Blessed says to the soul. The soul does not want to descend to this Ibu. The soul does not want to send to this Ibu, to the matrix of time and space. The soul would like to be there. But the Holy Blessed says to her 14 days again, before the conception, before matrix starts, Iti milvanon kala. With me from Lebanon, from the temple, you are descending. You are not descending alone to the matrix. I'm descending with you to the matrix. Yes? And there, when the hot seat is prepared, the soul enters. So in a way, this is the interesting part. Part of us is, so to speak, is susceptible, yes, to the whole happening in space and time. I would say the working brain, calculate, we believe what we see in televisions and so on screens. But a higher agency in us, in the absolute, does not buy all of this. And this higher agency of us, the soul, knows that this is temporal. And this is why we are here, to remind ourselves that we are not here for eternal. Just for a few moments. What we experience here as another week and another month and another year, this is just, all of those pixels are just part of the matrix. But we did not decide, yes, on which matrix we shall land. None of us. None of all the 8 billion people that live in this moment on planet Earth. Not even those who lived as humans before us, millions of years. None of us really decided upon this plan. Yes? And this is a great relief. And with this message, I would like to complete this conversation and to thank you for opening the week with us. Thank you so much. And shalom, shalom.